DJ let the beat.
Whoa, I got it out the mud. Put me last, gon' feel me first. Did me back, gon' do you worse. Same old sides gon' get you hurt. I spit facts in all my verses. Still might pull up and eat at church. I go up and down with racks, and that's a fact. Feel like they curse. Bet I go out like a
Man, back at it again with my man Thad, man, 17-year vet, Mr. Memphis, man, one of the best to ever do it, still doing it. Thaddeus Young, here with my boy TA, out the mud. What's up, Thad?
What's up, dog? What's up?
Appreciate it, man. You being here with us, man, giving your time in this beautiful home of yours, man. Appreciate that.
No problem.
Thanks for having us, bro. We really
no problem.
appreciate
Hey,
it.
man, y'all family, man. Y'all,
man.
I grew up with y'all, man. Family, y'all.
Dig that.
Y'all put me in the game.
Come on, man. For sure, we had a lot of battles, man.
Yep.
A lot of battles.
Yep, for sure.
You look good. You still going, man. That's why I was just saying earlier when you came in, I thought you on the end, but you say you still going hard.
Mm-hmm.
You looking good, man. You got the court. I said, man, shit, you still, how long you want to go?
Man, honestly, man, I'm just going like until shit, I can't go no more. I got kids. My kids, as long as they cool with it, my wife cool with it, I'm cool with it. So biggest thing is, man, just continuing to do it my way. I think that's the biggest thing. Like I'm doing it my way. Like it ain't over till I say it's over. Like obviously, like guys like us, or as we get older, they try to push us out and stuff like that. The league's going towards younger guys and trending towards that model. So. For me, it's just about a matter of just getting that opportunity, getting that chance, and just making sure that when I do touch the court or when I am out there with those guys, just letting them know like I'm still here.
But like you said, but for like, the league now, you got the youngsters, they ain't no older than someone older than 25. Yep. So a guy like you, a seasoned vet, and that can still play and still can produce, you will be good on a team with a bunch of great young players, because you could be that mentor. You're a great guy, you know what I mean? So a great leader. So I can see that happening real soon, bro.
Yeah,
sure.
No, it happens. It happens. That'd be great. I'd be very, thankful and grateful for it. But, if it doesn't, then, I have so many other things going on that I can focus on as well, but until that happens, I'm going to continue to be at the crib, training, working out, giving my kids the knowledge, giving other kids that come around the knowledge, and just making sure that, when we do have pros in the gym that, I'm passing down the game, and then also, just continuing to work on my game.
That's what it's about. Meanwhile, we on Out the Mud, man. We like to dig deep, man. We like to, see how we got to this point, man. And, I heard you grew up in New Orleans.
Yep. So born in New Orleans.
Okay.
I actually grew up in Memphis.
So, you grew up in Memphis? Okay.
Yep. So I moved from New Orleans due to certain circumstances with my parents and stuff like that. Both of them lost their jobs at the same time, so we kind of forced to kind of move, losing our home and stuff like that. So my family basically split. Sisters, brother, everybody kind of went different ways. My brother actually stayed in New Orleans for a little bit. Sisters kind of split. One of my sisters actually took me with her, and that's how I got to Memphis.
Okay.
And I moved to Memphis when I was probably like 10 or 11 years old. And from then, it was just, trying to get the family back together. And then like a couple years later, my mom actually came and she moved to Memphis. Then my dad moved to Memphis. So we kind of got the family back together as I got older.
Yeah, you got roots from Walker Homes out here.
Yeah. Walker Homes. I'm Walker Homes.
Shout out my baby.
I'm the Walker Homes vet, man. I'm the Walker Homes vet.
You did?
That's what they call me, the Walker Homes vet.
Man, tell us about those challenges growing up, because, obviously we know that's a rough environment, poverty, obviously. And how was you able to stay on the straight path of, keeping it basketball? Because it's easy to venture off into other things. How was you able to keep that mindset?
Man, my mom was crazy as hell.
Mom was on your ass.
Yeah, she wasn't going for all that. That's the one person I've been taught to fear nobody, but that's the one person I did fear. You know what I'm saying? Like my mom, she ain't playing. So like my mom, we used to go to work from 3:00. So at 3:00 we're getting out of school. So I got the whole day to myself to do whatever I want when I want, right? So my mom would go to work and she was trusting me to be almost like an adult every single day, because my brother wasn't living with us. My sisters, they had their own place, and everybody kind of moved off and did their own thing. So I just had to stay grounded, because getting in trouble and going to jail, and then your mom got to come pick you up and stuff like that. I actually had got in trouble and got picked up by the police one day.
What happened? What the hell happened?
Dad, not you, bro.
Hey, I couldn't believe it myself. It was a house in the neighborhood. Some guys that I was hanging with that where we were just cool. We just lived in the same neighborhood. We were super cool, and man, they went into this house that was being remodeled and vandalized the whole house. I was actually outside. I never even touched the inside of the house. And a lady across the street basically like pointed me out, saying I was the lookout. And so the police came. I happened to not go to school that day. And the police came and picked me up from the house and picked all us up. Wow. And that's how I end up going into juvie for a day.
Damn. I wouldn't even do that.
I remember being in there, man, with all those people. And then like, man, only thing I could think about was, please don't let my mom come pick me up. Please don't let my mom come pick me up. Please let my daddy come pick me up. Like, that's the person I wanted Pops to come pick me up. Right. Mom was gonna be crazy on me.
Gonna get on that ass.
Yeah, she gonna kill my ass. So that was like one of the little stories that I had kind of growing up. Like, but that actually changed me a little bit, just because like I realized that I couldn't hang out with certain people. I realized I couldn't do certain things. And then from there, I just kind of stayed on the straight and narrow, and then just kind of stayed like focused. Focus.
Yeah. You spoke about your dad. I heard your dad play in the league or whatnot. And was that one of your inspirations, or did he push you towards playing basketball?
Honestly, man, my dad didn't even push me towards playing basketball. He was like, I started out playing football at first. I was like, really good at football. And then as I kind of got older, like, you start getting taller, people start hitting you. So it took, like, I got hit one time and I was like, okay, I can do this. And then next thing you know, like I played like 4 or 5 games for like our middle school team. And then, man, somebody broke my collarbone. And then that was the last time I played for. I remember walking in the next day, telling Coach Taylor, I'll never forget, he was one of my teachers. I walked in, he was like, so how you feeling? I was like, man, he was like, why you got your gear? It ain't game day. I said, man, I'm gonna be honest with you. My arm is in the sling. I said, I appreciate the opportunity, but this is the last time I'm playing. Here you go.
He said, so
you just gonna quit on me? I said, yes.
Damn right.
We sat down in my seat.
Come in with a broken collarbone. Yeah, shit over.
Yeah, that was the end of my like football days. But I used to like during like after football practice and all that, I used to like literally go to the gym every single day with my pads on and play basketball. And then I just continued to just play and just got better.
Dig that.
And what was the difference? Like, describe the difference. Like, I know you came to Memphis when you was 10. What was the difference that you can remember growing up, coming from Louisiana to Memphis?
Man, biggest difference was like I wasn't with my mom, so it was more so like I felt like a outsider, right? Like, you coming into this new realm of people and you don't know them, and you trying to figure out like who gonna be your friends. You're trying to figure out like, okay, I'm staying with my aunt and my uncle. I'm sleeping on the couch. I don't even have a bed. You know what I'm saying? But she took us in, and I'm thankful for my aunt Regina, God rest her soul, and my uncle Andrew for taking me and my sister April in, and basically saying, hey, y'all can stay here until y'all get on y'all feet, or y'all can stay here until your mom comes.
Man, that's
get on your feet.
Real business.
So like growing up like that, it just taught me about like tough times, and taught me that like you can't take everything for granted. Like, you gotta, like, if you're gonna go hard, and you gotta get it out the mud, like y'all said. So I think that was the biggest thing for me. Like, but the difference in all that was like I got a chance to like experience a lot of stuff at a young age, and it kind of just translated over. Those experiences turned me into who I am today.
Yeah, man, I ain't gonna lie. Like, growing up in Memphis and seeing like, how you are. You're very, you've been rocking for a long time. Mm-hmm. Just, you're a humble person coming from, out the mud. Like, you had a good core around you. Like, like who was, like you said, your aunts, like people in the neighborhood, they, it take a village. So you came out good, man. Give you your flowers for sure.
Yeah, man, I appreciate that, man. I was very, very blessed and thankful that, I had people in my life that would like instead of like try to use me, they would like pick me up and make sure I'm doing the right things. Mm-hmm. Like I was very fortunate to have somebody in my family who was a lawyer, who actually like came in my life and basically like he did the same thing for my dad when my dad was like going through his process, right? And his name was Kenneth Carter. That was like my uncle. And he was like basically like just coming in. He said, look, from this day forth, when I was 16 years old, we're gonna train, eat, sleep, and do everything like a pro. So he paid for like all my stuff and was taking care of me on workouts.
What age this was?
This was 16.
16. Oh.
Yeah. So like my dad was like, he seen like, okay, he's like, man, he'd come to the game. He's like, man, this motherfucker getting good. Like, I got to get somebody that could be around him because my dad was working 2 jobs. So my dad was like a school teacher by day, and then he would do another job working with older people at night. And then my mom, she was working overnight as well. So it was like I was on my own every single day, and I was just figuring it out. So he had to like get somebody to kind of come talk to me about like hanging out with certain people, doing certain things, and just because like when you get good in basketball and you the king of the hood,
everybody come around,
everybody coming around you, like so. Yeah. So the biggest thing for him was just putting somebody that can like put a bug in my ear and just saying like, look, this is how we gonna think about things. So I used to go like he started like when I was really like 14, but I didn't know like we was going into a process, right? So like I would go.
You at Mitchell at this point, right?
Yeah, I was at Mitchell. I was like at Mitchell before they got the new school. Like I was at Mitchell when we didn't have any air.
Yeah.
Yeah, like we didn't have any air at the school. So we was getting out the first 3 months of school for literally like 3 months for like at like 11 o'clock.
Damn.
School was over. And you just the rest of the day just free because it was so hot in the school. And then when the winter hit, then the heat worked, so you can go to school now to 2 or 3 o'clock.
Damn.
So they got a new school when I got into like the 8th grade. So when the new school came, then that's when it was like regular schedule. So I had been in Mitchell since 7th through 12th. I was in the same spot the whole time. Most people switch schools.
Yes, you stayed right there.
Yep.
Man said no heat.
Yep.
I mean, no air conditioning.
Yeah, it was crazy. Somebody tried to actually burn down the school while we was in it because they knew we was getting a new school. Like so where the school was, they built the school where the parking lot is. No, they tore down the old school. The parking lot was the old school. They tore down that and then built the school right behind what the school was, and then put the parking lot when they finished the new school.
Man, this sound like Fair East Side.
it was like that though. We had metal detectors and everything.
We had metal detectors.
We had metal detectors. Yeah, we had metal detectors and everything. We had IDs. Like had to pull up, go straight through the metal detector, and like it was like that. It was crazy.
So when you wouldn't even think about it. So the coaches was on you. You already knew everybody. Then they was like,
yeah,
come on, Thad. We waiting for you to get to this. Waiting for you to get to high school.
Well, I was like okay in like middle school, and then like I kind of just blew up as I like got older. Like, but I was just working on my game. Like my high school coach, he can see like raw talent. Yeah. Like God rest his soul too, Jerry Johnson. Like he was the first one to tell my mom, "Hey, he going to the league."
Word.
Oh yeah, that's how that was going.
Yeah. He was like, he going to the league. He was like, I don't know what and my mom was like, it's only 400 motherfuckers in the league. He ain't no. I don't know about all this shit. Like he going to college. That's what he going. that's how my mom was talking. She was like, motherfucker was like, I remember like AD at the school. He came to the house, and my mom was like, who the fuck are you? Because he was like, look, man, you can't take him out of this school. Like he is like, he's gonna be like a savior to this school. And I'm like, what this nigga talking about? And then she's like, man, look, I don't know who you are, Reverend Baskin, whoever, man, get the fuck off my couch and leave. She's like, he might be going to Northside with his dad, because my dad was coaching and teaching at Northside. She was like, he might be going to Northside with his dad, so I don't know what the fuck you talking about. And I'm like, I'm sorry about that, sir. You know what I'm saying? But she wasn't having all that. And then like, as I got older, she started to believing in it a little bit more. You know, and just because she started being able to come to the games on certain days, she was off on like Saturdays and stuff like that. But yeah, that's like my mom she wasn't going for all that. Like this league talk, she like, no, he getting a college degree and he gonna make some money that way.
Shit.
So were you going to those ABCD camps, and like how did you get that notoriety of getting ranked before you know?
Man, I just like I don't know, y'all familiar with like T King, Travis King?
Yeah, my boy T King.
Yeah, so T King, he so I was playing for this one AAU team, and then they just didn't have the bandwidth to go out and play all these big tournaments and stuff like that. And then like I was the type that didn't want to play with all the all-stars. So for a little bit, I was just like, nah, I'm playing with you, like Coach Rivera, like that was my coach. I'm playing with you. And because like I went from one team to the next team to the next team, but that was because I wasn't old enough to do certain things on one of the teams. So when I was taken to this other team, which was Memphis Hoopers, with Coach Rivera, I was under his wing for a little bit. And he was just like, man, like he came to me and said, look, man, he said, I'm gonna tell you like this. I can't take you where they can take you. So he was like, I need you to go, because I was playing for 2 teams for a little bit, the all-star team and them. I was just helping them out. And he was like, I need you to just go with them full time. And I respect him to this day for that. Because that literally changed my life. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That changed everything about basketball with me, because I wasn't just a local star. I became national name because I was able to go play with, you know, all the big Nike tournaments and all that.
And that just show his loyalty to you. You know what I mean? He like, man,
he still working my AU program.
That show your loyalty. You know what I mean? Because you ain't want to, like, man, I'm rock with you, shit. I'm gonna go at them. So that's real though. He like, man, I can't. He gotta go. He like, I can't do that.
Yeah, that's exactly how it was. I wasn't even in like the 150 at that time either. I was just like coming onto the scene, and then
just about your summer year, freshman year, going into your sophomore year.
Yeah, so like, something like that. Yeah, and then I just started like just bursting onto the scene, and then I went from like not even being in the 150 to like jumping into the 150, and then like all of a sudden I'm like top 10 in the country, and I was like, oh shit.
Just by your end of your sophomore year.
Yeah, so this like going into junior year. Yeah.
So what, you went to Nike camp your junior year?
So like matter of fact, I didn't even like really go to Nike camp and all that. I went to Adidas. I went to Adidas camp. So like, but like I was playing in all the tournaments. So I played in all the big tournaments, and then like whoever we was playing against, I was like, I'm at them. Like who the big name? I'm at them.
Oh, you had that mentality.
Yeah. I was like, I had that type of like toughness. Like I was like, all right, like I'm chasing whoever's in front of me. Like that's how I was for a long time. I'm like, if they in front of me, I'm chasing them. I'm chasing them. I actually hated to be top 10 in the country. I didn't want to be top 10 in the country because when you become top 10 in the country, like it's like the chase stops. Everybody like the target becomes on your back, right? And like I'm cool with the target being on my back. I'm gonna handle mine, but at the end of the day, I'm more so I'd rather be the motherfucker that's chasing the motherfucker. Yeah. I want him running from me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and that's just how I was like in high school. Like I was like, man, I want a motherfucker running from me. Like when it's time, like we go to top 100 camp, I got to see all of them.
Joe, I say, who was at them camps that you was seeking?
So my high school class was like deep. So we had Greg Oden, Kevin Durant, Daquan Cook, Mike Conley, Javaris Crittenton, DJ Augustine, Damian James, Earl Clark. Like Stanley Robinson, like we had a lot of them. The Lopez twins, like Spencer Halls, like all them league guys.
Everybody just said made it to the league.
You know what I'm saying? So like all those dudes was in my high school class. So yeah, I'm like chasing them. You know what I'm saying? So and like obviously like 1 and 2 was Greg and Kevin, but at the end of the day, like I think I finished like anywhere between 3 and 5 in the class. Yeah. But I only finished like 5 because like that same summer, we was doing like the last rankings. I fucked up my ankle real bad, so I didn't get a chance to play. So I didn't start playing to the end of the summer. By the time that happened, all the rankings had came out, and you know back then they would only bring rankings out a certain time. So it was just like all right, it's whatever. Like, but I'm about to go into college and try to kill these.
Them Bob Gibbon rankings, boy.
Yeah.
You know,
we was all that. We was playing all that.
Look at them rankings, boy. Niggas be waiting for them rankings to come out.
We was playing all that. Street and Smith, Bob Gibbons, all that. Yep.
Street Smith.
Yep.
You eventually became Mr. Tennessee, Mr. Basketball of Tennessee. How did that, let your vision go to say, like, you know what, I got a shot at the league. I'm league bound.
Man, honestly, like the Mr. Basketball and all that shit didn't even matter to me once I got to a certain point. Because I was like so focused on, like, that was just like, all right, Mr. Tennessee. But I also got so focused on to the point because I was playing so many people out of the state, and we was playing on national schedule, that I was just focused on that shit. You know what I'm saying? I was more focused on, all right, where Kevin at? Where Greg at? You know what I'm saying? That's just how it was. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because like at the end of the day, like those are dudes that's in front of me. Like in the city, I'm the guy. I'm the number one guy. You know what I'm saying? I'm the number one guy. Like, yeah, it's motherfuckers that's trying to go at me. And it was some motherfuckers in high school that was going at me. And I was going at their ass right back. You know what I'm saying? I had some battles with some motherfuckers in high school.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's just like, shit, them the motherfuckers that I'm trying to go.
Right.
Them motherfuckers that's on the rankings that's top 10, I gotta go see him. I don't know what they saying. The one biggest matchup that I had was this guy named Damian James. I think he was like top 15 and I was like top 15. And at this time, we both was like raising up in the rankings. And by the end of the game, me and this nigga walked up to each other and said, "Man, you cold as fuck." We shook each other's hand. Yeah, shake his hand like, "Hey, he from that motherfucker from Nacogdoches, Texas." And I was like, man, I
remember that.
I was
Shout
like,
out
bro,
Damon, man.
I said, I've been waiting to get at your ass for a long time. And he's like, I've been waiting to get at your ass too.
Yeah.
And then, man, we finally faced off, and he was like, you cold as fuck. I was like, you cold too. And we became like really good friends after that. So just shit like that, like you build relationships, but you like it's different basketball now. Like everybody friends and they let motherfuckers off the hook.
So the competitive spirit is
like
motherfuckers.
like I was taught, man, when you walk through, like my high school coach was like, man, look, when you motherfuckers walk between these lines, he said, man, it is war. Like, because I had a military coach, like he was from military, and he was just like, man, look, we doing all military shit. That's how we gonna get ready and we gonna train. And I'm like, shit. All right, coach.
Right, ain't no fraternizing.
Yeah, nah, he wasn't having that. Like you ran, like if during practice you ran on this court, he calling you a bitch in the hole.
Oh yeah, that's tough love. I like that.
Yeah, he's talking bad to like band coming through the gym. Hey bitch, get on my court. Like that's how he was. You know what I'm saying? Like he going crazy.
Damn.
But it showed us how serious he was.
Yeah, he meant what he was on.
Yeah,
just to get y'all where y'all were going.
Yeah, he wasn't playing. And the good part was like he was like a father figure to all of us. So like he literally like picked us up, dropped us off. Like it was like he was a father to all of us. And he did not play. Tough nose.
I like that. I ain't gonna lie. When I was growing up, that's the only function that I can function in. If my coach wasn't talking to me like that, I was thinking, shit, he don't care about me. He probably want me to go on the corner sometime.
Man, they got me so prepared.
Look, if he talking to me like that, he must think he see something in me. You feel what I'm saying?
They got me so prepared for like college and like all the obstacles in front of me. Like it was crazy. Like all that shit was easy once I got to where I needed to get to. Yeah. Like that's why I lasted so long, just because like my high school coach was just so fucking crazy, and he was like, he had pushed me so much. And so like I knew how, like when I had a little bit of adversity, to fight through it because of him. You know what I'm saying? So he really just put me in a space where like if my college coach Paul Hewitt was yelling at me, like I remember him calling my mom and was like, I don't know what to do. He doesn't respond when I yell at him. But it wasn't that I wasn't responding. It was just that I was just like, shit, like, all right, you didn't yell at me. What's next? You know what I'm saying? You want me to go run some more fucking suicides? Let's do it.
I like what you want from me. Like, what's up?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Just tell me what you need me to do. You can yell all you want. That ain't like, my mind is numb to that shit. So I ain't really got really fazed by that.
So man, Joe, tell us about that process in picking schools to go to college. Because I'm pretty sure you had everybody in the country looking for you.
Yeah, man, it was crazy. I actually was just on Run Your Race. So I was on there with Theo, and we talked about that too. I had told him, I was like, man, I actually committed to North Carolina, and they couldn't take my commitment.
Word.
Yeah, they couldn't take my commitment because I told them, I said I needed a week. Like I had another visit coming up, and I said I needed a week after that to actually get my press conference and all of it together. It was like, well, first come, first serve. Because they had one scholarship between two guys. And that was me and another guy from Tennessee, Brandon Wright.
It'd be right.
Yeah, so they was like, all right, whoever commits first. I was like, shit, technically I already committed to you motherfuckers. I told y'all I'm 90% sure I'm coming. And it was like, well, you got to verbally say it. And I was like, I'm verbally telling you motherfuckers. So it was just like, well, it got to be like nationally known, boom, boom, boom. So I was like, all right, I can't like not go on my last visit, and then I can't not, fulfill my obligations. That's just how I was taught, right? So I was like, all right, whatever. So I go on my, I'm thinking Brandon Wright not gonna commit on the visit. This motherfucker committed Friday night.
Be right, goddamn. So he stepping on campus, he committed.
So Roy Williams called me. I'll never forget. He called me. I'm sitting there. I got a 2001 Impala. I'm messing with my 15s in the back. I'm trying to fix them hoes.
Beating down the block.
So I'm trying to fix them joints, and he called me. I'm like, man, what the fuck Roy calling me for? So I was like, all right. So I call him. He's I'm so sorry, man. Brandon Wright committed. I was like, so you can't take both our commitment? And he was like, no, he was like, first come, first serve. So he was crying on the phone and all that. And I was like, all right, well, it just made it a little easier for me to make my decision. So after that, I was like, all right, I'm going to Georgia Tech. But it was a process, though. It was a process. Like, I had to change my number like 4 or 5 times just because like so many schools was calling me. And then once I finally put my list out, then it was like, all right, it's dying down a little bit. But the reason why I held up my process is because I wanted my high school teammates to be able to get all those schools to come and see them. They gonna forever come and see me as long as I'm open, right? And then if I'm not open, then it's like, all right, school, like I had Duke coming to the hood. You know what I'm saying?
Duke was in the hood.
You know what I'm saying?
South Memphis.
I had Duke coming to the hood. I had North Carolina coming to the hood. Kansas coming to the hood. Kentucky coming to the hood.
Oh, you was a real blue chip. Huh?
You know what I'm saying? So like my thought process was, all right, shit, Billy Donovan, Florida. You know what I'm saying? My biggest process was like, all right, if I keep my options open, everybody's still gonna come and recruit. So if they come and recruit, then they gonna get the chance to see all my teammates. And that's how it was. Like that's how guys was getting scholarships. And I was a real firm believer. I was like, shit, well, I can go wherever I want. Yeah. But they can't. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna open this shit up and just let them just do what they do. And I'm telling them like, hey, we got Duke coming today. What y'all doing? You know what I'm saying? Y'all hooping or what? Because I'm trying to get them into college. So
right, bringing the guys on.
Yeah. So I remember shit. I used to be in class and motherfuckers pulling me out of class for meetings. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, man, like, yeah, I might not come there, but like I got a shooting guard on my team, cold as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm helping them out. I didn't go to Florida. I didn't even keep my recruitment open with Florida because my high school teammate wanted to go there, and I wanted to go into a different school than all of my high school teammates. Because I wanted them to have their own thing, and I wanted me to have my own thing.
You wanted to get on.
Like at some point, we got to break up. We can't always be together.
Yeah, and I just want one thing too. You're iterating on like Duke, like, you know, I gotta give you your flowers, man. You had an average of 4.3, graduated with a 4.3 GPA, man. That's big, man. You know what I mean? Like you said, coming in the hood and coming out the mud, coming out the ghetto, and you being able to stay focused, you know, on your school and have your mom and, like you say, your family, man. I give you flowers, 4.3. That's big. You could have went to Duke. You could have went to Yale, shit, with a 4.3.
That's what I said. That's really impressive. I ain't gonna lie. I graduated with a 1.9, so I was cool. You know, I got out of there though. You know, it was all cool though. I ain't gonna lie. I got out of there though, Thad. You feel me? Hey, Thad, don't be laughing at me.
I got out of there, man. And you got what you need to get to.
You feel what I'm saying? But yeah, man, that's totally impressive, man. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, man. Like in school, like that was another thing too. My high school coach was like real big on like GPA. So he was like, look, you motherfuckers trying to go to college, I need all y'all GPA to be a certain GPA. So I was like helping my teammates. I had another guy on my team, Andre Thornton. We call him Chill. He was helping motherfuckers. Like a guy named Michael Cager. He was like our point guard. So like we had motherfuckers helping motherfuckers, just making sure that everybody was ready to play for games and everybody was passing. So real like though. I took all my senior year, I took all college courses. Like I was taking AP. So that's why my GPA was so high, because you know, you take an AP class, it's like a 5 as opposed to a 4 scale. So I was already taking college courses and had a bunch of college courses before I even got to Georgia Tech. And that was the same way with one of my other teammates too, as well. So we was taking like AP courses. So I really could have graduated. If I went to school that summer, I could have actually went early. And I would have been just turning 17.
Oh, damn.
Because I graduated high school when I was 17.
Damn, that's big. That's big. Meanwhile, you before we get to Georgia Tech, I want to ask you about the All-American game you made to the Mickey D. See, I be telling Bo, I say y'all got a vibe with that, because I ain't go to the Mickey D. I think they selected me in the Wendy's game. I was in the Wendy's. I got selected to the Wendy's game, but. Y'all talk about that experience, man. I mean, y'all shed some light on that, Bo.
Man, it was great. Like McDonald's, man. That whole experience, been able to, you know, go on a tour and see people and just go to the city. Where was y'all game held at?
Our game was in San Diego.
Okay.
Yeah, we was in San Diego.
Was nice. Out there on the beach.
Yeah, San Diego was crazy, man. Man, the Mickey D's game, I'm not even gonna lie, that was like the most competition I had ever been around. Like we was like going crazy, going back and forth. Like I remember one game, it had to be like 7 motherfuckers get dunked on. Like we was just because like
There's a lot of
the
athleticism
pro
out there.
scouts there. So you like shit in the practice is actually better than the games. So we going at each other at all this shit. Like anytime we stepped on the court, like we would play them games, and motherfuckers just be like I remember watching Ty Lawson and DJ Augustine go at it. Mike was in that group with Javaris. Like them top tier point guards, all the motherfuckers went to the league. You know what I'm saying? And then you talking about like me and KD going against each other, Chase Buttinger and Daquan Cook going against each other. Like all like in these games, we just going crazy at each other. All the bigs, like we had true bigs. So you had Spencer Halls, you had Vernon Macklin. They call him Big Ticket. They was talking about he was like the next thing coming, like KG. And then you had the Lopez twins. So like we in that motherfucker going at each other, like going crazy. And I'm like, man, this is the best shit I've ever been a part of. I remember like sitting back thinking that, like, damn, like Wayne Ellington out there knocking down motherfucking threes,
shooting that motherfucker,
like shooting the cover off that motherfucker.
Yeah,
and
that's
like,
my boy
damn,
Wayne. Shout out
this
Wayne
shit's
Ellington.
so crazy.
Wayne.
So like I'm like, man, this shit is really like mind boggling how good these motherfuckers is. I'm just being I'm so grateful and thankful that I was a part of such a great group of guys, man. All them guys was like A1 guys. We all loved each other. Like it was no like hating on each other. But when we got in between the lines, man, we was like, I'm about to fuck you up. That's just how we was.
All the way competitive.
Yeah, just super competitive. You know what I'm saying? Talking shit. We get to the room, we all talking shit to each other. Like, hey, wait to practice tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? And that's how we was all throughout our high school careers. Like we was all like that. Like I remember going to they used to have this shit called USA Development Fest, where they'll bring some teams from overseas and then we'll take 4 of our teams and play over here with them. So that was in San Diego as well. I actually ended up getting hurt after like the second or third game, but like them practices, like how that shit was, like it was just crazy, like how motherfuckers was just going at each other. Like, and I love that part. I love the
squad. What you was on the East? You was on the East team?
Yeah, I was on the East team.
Yeah.
Yep, I was on the East.
Y'all end up winning the game?
No, we lost, man. We lost. They had Daquan Cook went crazy. Chase went crazy. K played well. K went crazy. So it was a really good game.
Who got MVP?
Kevin and I want to say Chase got MVP of that game, and then we had the Jordan game as well. So like, guys,
you played in the Jordan classes too, huh?
28-13.
Ooh,
You
Yeah,
killed it.
28-13. Okay, yeah, put some respect on that, man. Out the mud, man. Thaddeus Young, man. Got that 28-13, man.
28-13. Me
Yeah.
and Kevin Durant co-MVPs.
Yeah, dig that.
They only
man.
show his picture though.
Some good company though. It's some good
It's
company.
cool. They only show
Yeah.
his picture though. It's cool, y'all. They can just show his, but 28-13
That's
and the
what
win.
Yeah, and the win.
And the win. Dig that. Those is the 2 biggest games to me. When I was growing up, I always like,
And the hoop summit. The hoop
And the
summit
hoop
used
summit.
to. Well, it's not as big as it is now as it was. Like I don't really even pay attention to the hoop summit anymore. I used to, but I was thankful that the hoop summit was in Memphis my year.
Yeah.
So I got a chance to be home.
That was live. The
Yeah.
year I played in Hoop Summit was in Indianapolis.
Okay,
So it was the crib. So it was
so
cool.
that's perfect.
Hoop Summit was the shit, though. I was MVP at all them games. You would never know. McDonald's, I don't even get they put the people MVP there. They stop at my name. I be like, damn, go to 2000. Skip over 2099. Get Zebo no love,
Hey man, y'all put some respect on my guy Zevo name.
Man, come on, McDonald's.
as we move forward through the process, you could continue to tell us about your time in Georgia Tech.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how was that experience being down there? In
Man, I mean, Georgia Tech was cool. Obviously, like it's Tech. You're in downtown Atlanta, so you already know what's up. Like I remember Zebo used to come down there and hoop with us.
Yeah.
Like in the summer.
Oh, yeah?
Zebo would come hoop with us. Him and Quintel.
Yep, me and Quinn.
how that come about?
Man, everybody's being Atlanta. No Magic City nights, man. Magic City nights. Everybody going to Atlanta, then. That's hot Atlanta, man.
Y'all get y'all work in here too,
Yeah,
though.
to work, for sure.
Yeah. So Zebo, he always late. Always late.
Oh, trust me,
Always
I
late
know.
for the hoop.
Zebo time.
Always late
yeah,
to the
man.
hoop. He was late to the Georgia Tech. I was like, damn, man, who we waiting on? He said, man, Zebo. I said, damn, this nigga always he late like this? I said, man, we've been waiting an hour, man. I gotta go to class in a sec.
Oh, man.
I gotta go study.
Yeah.
But G Tech was smooth, man. It was like the first. I knew I wasn't staying after the first year though.
Oh, yeah.
Like I just knew that. Like I knew after that first week, I was like, hell no, I'm not doing this shit again. Like the workouts were so crazy. Like our coach was crazy as fuck. And it was just like, man, this shit was just, it was structured like pro shit. Like as far as our workouts and all that, but I was just like, man, we doing so much shit. Then you got to add school on top of it. And Georgia Tech is a hard fucking school. School is hard as fuck. First of all, it's hard as fuck to get into.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I don't even know how I got into that motherfucker. Man, I'm a smart motherfucker. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I was just like, man, look, like I remember telling one of our coaches, I said, look, after this year, man, if I'm playing basketball, it's gonna be for some money. I said, I am not playing another day of basketball without getting some money for it. Right. I said, man, so after this year, y'all, I'm a holler at y'all.
Yeah,
and he was like, well, you gotta work. I said, I'm out of here, champ.
Yeah.
And so like after that, man, I just continued to work, like going to the gym late at night, sleeping in the gym, like just working, like cause like school, man, that school is hard, man. It's hard. It's a great school. Don't get me wrong, great people, great school. It's just hard. It's hard. It's hard on athletes.
Yeah, he was running out.
Yeah, I was the first year one and done.
Yeah.
The first year they made the rule, so they made the rule. I guess they made the rule for us, not to go.
Would you probably would have considered going out of high school if that was?
I was gone. We was all gone. When we found out we was at I remember we was sitting at the round table in Virginia at Top 100 camp, and the rule popped up on the ticker on ESPN, and man, it was like the room just stopped, like time stopped.
Quiet them up.
With all the guys in the room that's eligible to do that.
Yeah, because it was a whole bunch of motherfuckers that was going to the league, especially out of our draft class. You know what I'm saying? 2006, like shit, at least 10, 15 motherfuckers was going to try to make that jump. And so it's like, all right, it's 10 people, 10, 15 people trying to make that jump. And then you talking about you got a younger class right behind that you got OJ Mayo and Billy Walker and all them. They trying to make the jump too. So it's like, yeah, the room gonna stop, motherfucker. You like, damn, like I was about to go try to make a meal ticket. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So when that happened, you just kind of just sitting there and like I'll never forget, man. We just all were just sitting there, was just like, damn, like this fucked up. like some niggas was even, I think, felt like they was about to cry. Man. You know what I'm saying?
Trying to go get that cash.
Yeah,
trying
man.
to get to that lead.
When you come from different circumstances and man, you ain't got that type of money, and then you know you got a chance to go and make it, like, and they take that from you, you like, damn, like this fucked up. Like, can we appeal this shit or something? You know what I'm saying? But you know, it happened, and I'm thankful that I got a chance to go to college and experience it. You know what I'm saying? But I'll be in year 18 right now. I'll be
in year 18 right now.
You not right.
What was that draft process like?
Man, it was a hard draft process just because like, man, like I was so young, and then some of those guys had been in college for like 2 or 3 years, so they were a little stronger and stuff like that. But the good thing was like I was able to hold my own because I had skill, and I was a tough motherfucker.
Tough.
You know what I'm saying? So, but I'm not gonna lie, it was one motherfucker in the draft that everybody was like, damn, this motherfucker cold. And that's L. Thornton.
Al Thornton
played at the Clippers.
Florida.
Yeah, he was cold. Niggas was running from him.
Yeah.
Like it was crazy.
Cold.
Like I remember the Sixers called, and it was like, man, it was like maybe 3 days before the draft. They was like, hey man, we want you to come do a second workout. We loved your workout so much the first time. I said, okay. And at this point, I had worked out with L. Thornton 5 times already. Yes.
Yeah.
So they was like, yeah, man, we're gonna have a couple guys come in, boom, boom, boom. They trying to set me up for the kill. L. Thornton had already whooped all our ass in the pre-draft workouts. So they was like, man, I was like, ask them who coming. It was like, oh, it's just gonna be you and L. Hell no.
Damn, you ducked that smoke, nigga. You ducked that smoke killer.
Hey, and they ended up picking me 12th.
Good move.
Goddamn
that was the one person.
Checkers, man.
That was the one person I knew if it like that time, because I was just like I was 18. You know what I'm saying? And he was 22 already. Motherfucker was a red shirt. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He had been to school.
Man, jumping out the gym, man. He had that Dominique Wilkins type bounce too.
So I'm like, man, it's a grown ass man you want me to go play against.
Yeah.
I'm already about to go into the league against a grown ass man. You know what I'm saying? So nah, fuck that.
You like hell no, I ain't
if I said, look, I done did 13 workouts. I said if they don't pick me or somebody don't pick me after these 13, then I don't know what else to say. I did what I was supposed to do. I worked out for the teams. I played well. I did what I was supposed to do. Hey, and they ended up picking me 12th.
Yeah.
Yep.
Talk about that experience on draft night, man. I know it was a life-changing
Man, honestly,
situation.
man, like I loved every bit about like my draft night because like I chose to go the other way. Like I could have went to the green room and all that. I didn't even
Oh, so you didn't go?
I didn't even go. Yeah, I didn't even go to the draft. Like I had got the invite and all that, but I was just like, man, I'd rather spend it with my family. I'd rather spend it with all the people because obviously everybody can't make it to New York, right?
No.
And one of the most incredible experiences obviously was walking past that stage, but my most incredible experience is me hugging my mom and us both crying together. You know what I'm saying? So like my name comes up, like they pick me or whatever. And that crazy part was I thought I was going like 16 or 17 or 18 or something like that. Cause like Detroit had like promised me at like 16.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, I know I'm going at 16. But then, man, I get the phone call from the Sixers at 12 and I'm like, damn, I'm a lottery pick. What the fuck just happened? So then like it's just a verse, like it's just like I just started crying. I ain't gonna lie. I was a big baby that day. I started
cried
crying
when I got drafted.
and I hugged my mom and I don't think it had hit her yet. And we both was just crying and man, it was just one of them experiences where I was like, damn, like this shit really happening. Like and then but from that day forward, I was like, all right, I did one of the hard parts, which is getting there, right? But I was like, all right, now the hard part is really just staying there. So then from that day forward, I was like, all right, my mindset different. Like it's got to be different than it was when I was in high school. Like I got to do whatever it takes to stay there for a long ass time.
The second half of the season is here, and the race to the playoffs is heating up on Prize Picks. The best place to cash in on your favorite sports. And you know we rocking with Prize Picks. Prize Picks is the best place to get real money sports action. You just pick more or less on at least 2 players with a shot to win up to 1,000 times your cash. Prize Picks is the best place to win cash while watching sports. Join over 10 million users and sign up today. We got Milwaukee versus LA. I'm taking Luka more in points, and I'm taking Giannis more in rebounds. It's that easy. Download the app today. Use code MUD. Get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, run your game.
What was it like playing in Philly, man? That's a tough-nosed town, man. I ain't gonna lie. They hard. Yeah. They fans, I ain't gonna lie. They fans is tough.
Yeah, that shit was different. Like, I remember like getting off the plane and I was like, man, this is a dirty ass city. but then I was like, man, this motherfucker hard-nosed ass city too. You know what I'm saying? And that's what and the blue collar culture of like Philly, I was like, that's what I gotta embrace. Like, I gotta embrace the hard-nosed mentality. And like getting drafted there, Billy King drafted me, taking me and, you know, telling me, hey, like, you're going to be here for a long time. I ended up being there for 7 years of my career. So that was the longest stint. And then I was actually the last one of everybody. So that was like one of the things that I was just like, man, I told Billy on the phone, like, man, I promise you I'm gonna do everything in my power to give you all I can. You know what I'm saying? Just because like I already knew what it would take, like to continue to stay in the league. So like I was very thankful for that. Like being in Philly, it kind of became like my identity, like from what the city brings. Like the motherfuckers let you know when you fucking up. You know what I'm saying? They'll boo your ass. You know what I'm saying? And they'll tell you some shit. I remember, you know, being in the parking lot and they on Andre Iguodala, hey Iggy, fuck you, you ain't shit. Like, and I'm like, damn.
Look when you come out of the back, right? The fans right up there on the top.
Yeah, like I'm like, damn. I was like, damn, I gotta go hard. And then the same fan tell me, Dad, I love you. Yeah. And I'm like, thanks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it's just like, man, like the mentality they bring, you have to embrace that. Right. Mm-hmm. And they love motherfuckers who embrace their mentality, their blue collar mentality, who gonna come to work every single night. And that's what I did. Like I just came to work every single night. The best way to put it is, you have to be available. You know, that's how you survive in the league, just being available. And like I used to tell people all the time, like, look, if I can't walk, goddamn, that's when I can't play.
Yeah, it ain't like that today, I tell you.
No, it's not like that. Like I didn't play through plenty of injuries and all that just because like I knew like my teammates needed me. You know what I'm saying? And I learned that from high school. Always being there for your brothers, cover for your brother. Like that's just my mindset, my mentality. And it's still that way to this day.
Speaking of being available, what position are you naturally? Because I ain't gonna lie, I done played on teams where you played the 3. I done played on teams where I saw you sticking Zebo and Mark. I done seen you played on teams where you sticking me.
Yeah.
What's your natural position?
I think my natural position is like 3-4, 4-3.
Okay.
You know, I was like one of the first to kind of like hybrids, to like push the ball up and all this other shit, right?
Yeah.
And you know, but like I'll say that's like my position. But like the last like 4 or 5 years of my career, like motherfuckers been playing me at the center spot.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But honestly, like me personally, like I feel like I'm a positionless player. I feel like I can play all over the court and do whatever you need from 1 through 5. Just simply because I can guard every position. I can handle the ball. I can make the reads. I can make the plays. You know what I'm saying? Like I can do every single thing. You know what I'm saying? So I'll probably say the least position I can probably play is the 2, obviously, because I don't shoot the ball at a high clip. But at the end of the day, like I can't make them. You know what I'm saying?
No,
so
for sure you can knock down some shots.
You know,
So
so it's just about that, right? I mean, you know, if a motherfucker want to talk about it, you know, I got 15,000 my own goddamn points. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
And that's without a play man ran for me. You know what I'm saying? So that's even harder.
That's interesting right there. That part you just said, that part, Bo used to say, man, we're gonna go get it by all ass. We're gonna put all our energy in going and getting it.
Yeah.
To have that many points, bro, I did not even know that. That's knowledge to my ear. Now I'm talking about flowers to that, bro. Because I'm a part of that gang of where you ain't got to draw no plays for me. Bo the same way.
Yeah.
Hey, man, we gonna go get it.
Yeah, no, that's
all
just how it is.
baby, out the mud. You did?
Bo the only motherfucker who would get a bucket or get a rebound, play. He wanted to play for him, but it wasn't for him. When he get the bucket, he's smacking his own ass. Like patting himself on the ass. Like, good job, Zebo.
Man.
You like, what's wrong with bro? Bro used to do that a lot.
Used to be a lot of motherfuckers scared of Bo, though, for real. Used to be motherfuckers I was on the team with that was scared of his ass. I was like, man, fuck him, man. I was like, man, just hit that nigga first, man.
And that's what you did. You hit the shit out of that. Man, well, you just sit there and pull the shit out of nigga.
I was like, man, you gotta hit him first, man, then run the shit out of his ass. That's all you gotta do.
Man,
I was like, then you got him. I said, nah, he's still gonna score.
Listen.
I said, but you gonna have just as many as his ass if you beating him up and down the court.
Man, listen, man, playing against you, I had to get my rest because I know you nonstop. I'm like, damn, how that today? Nonstop. Then he gonna pick and pop.
Yep.
Shoot, pump fake and shoot it. And then
Drive. I'm talking about strong left drive.
You think he light, but that nigga hitting, nigga elbow, that nigga fighting back. I'm like,
that's what I like about you too, Killer.
Man.
Like your size is deceiving, bro. But you can battle with, like you say, you playing the center. You could battle with just about anybody. So that's I always love that about you.
But that, I mean, honestly, man, it's more so about like anybody can do that shit. It's just being a dog. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
you gotta have that mentality. Like my mindset was always, I'm a dog. I'm gonna be a motherfucker on this court. You know what I'm saying? Whether I'm guarding fucking Shaq out there, obviously we know I can't guard fucking Shaq in his prime. You know what I'm saying? But
the mindset gonna get you.
But he gonna know I'm there.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Like I'm gonna punch his ass a couple times. You know what I'm saying? Make him mad. You know what I'm saying? I'm like that's just how I am. You know what I'm saying? Like the mindset, like the out the mud mentality, the dog mentality, like that's how I've been my whole life, my whole career.
Speaking of that, your rookie year, you made ranks in your rookie year, all rookie team. How did that feel? And did that give you any drive to say, I belong in this league?
Man, honestly, like my rookie year, it was just so up and down. Like accolades is cool, like all that shit is cool, but I'm more so like always on the part of like trying to win basketball games. Like I feel like those are good to have. Like a trophy is good to have, but like I want the ultimate trophy, right? Which I still don't have, which is the championship. And that's the biggest thing. Like I've never cared about an accolade. Like, yeah, you want to make all-star teams and shit like that, but that's cool. I'm more so trying to win as many games as possible to get to that gold ball. And so like that's the only thing I've really cared about is getting to the gold ball and making sure like I'm there for my team to win games. Like I don't really care about all rookie team and shit like that. That's just 17, 18 years ago.
Right, at all. Yeah. No, I understand. Meanwhile, 2013, 2014, probably one of your best years, I would say. How did you feel about getting traded after that? Like, did you understand the business of basketball at that time, or?
Yeah, I was actually pissed. I had to stay that year prior.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Damn.
You was ready to get out of there?
Because they had. I mean, I was the last one. So we after we had. I don't know if you might have been still on the team with Boston. When we played them, and it was game 7 to get to Eastern Conference Finals.
What year this was?
I think this was like Drew Holiday's first or second year or something like that.
No, I think I probably it passed 10 or 11. Yeah, I was in Memphis. We was turning up Memphis by then.
So like we played them. Ray was on the team, so I don't know if you played with Ray, but yeah, Ray was on the team. So like, man, they made the movie Uncut Gems about it. So we was playing them, and that was really like where I was like, all right, we can really do something. But then the next thing you know, they start making all these changes. So Dre leaves, Drew gets traded, Evan gets traded, Spencer gets traded. Like it's just a domino
Okay, I'm
effect.
remembering this now.
You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? So like, but like they saying like they telling us we feel like y'all peaked out, and I'm like, what the fuck? We peaked out. I'm fucking 22 years old. You know what I'm saying? How? Like, how am I peaking out? You know what I'm saying? How is the team peaking out when all of us haven't even reached our prime yet? We're all still young. You keep this team 3 or 4 years, you never know what can happen.
Right.
And so like the team, they break the team up, and then it just goes downhill from there. And then like next thing you know, I'm in my 7th year, and I'm playing with, you know, guy like I love these guys up, and I'm playing with James Anderson and Hollis Thompson and Henry Sims. You know what I'm saying? Like
They weren't trying to do nothing.
yeah,
Sound like they were trying to
rebuild.
Sound like
was-
the process had started.
Yeah, that was the first year before the process got there. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, man, like how can, like, it's like I remember telling somebody, it was like me bringing a butter knife to a gunfight every single night. That's how I felt. And I couldn't believe it. And I was like, man, y'all serious? And then they had a trade for me on the table the same year they traded Evan and Spencer and all them. They could have traded me to Houston or Phoenix. And they held me hostage.
Yeah.
I remember walking in the next day telling Brett Brown, I said, Brett, they should have traded me. I said, from here on out, everything y'all want me to do is optional. And he was like, I understand. He was like, I'm sorry, man. But he knew we was tanking. So it was just like, all right, whatever.
Then after that, she got traded to the Pacers, huh?
No, I got traded to Minnesota.
Oh, you went to Minnesota. That's
I got
right.
traded to Minnesota. We actually would have had a pretty good team if everybody wouldn't have fucking got hurt. Thanks, Ricky.
Yeah.
No, but Rick got hurt in like the first 3 or 4 games.
Yeah.
Then Kevin Martin went down. He was averaging like 20.
Kevin Martin.
Yeah. Big Peck went down.
Big pay.
He went down. So we was depleted team from get-go. And that was Zach LaVine and Wiggs' first year. And so we started going into we're gonna teach these guys how to play.
Yeah, guys. Big Peck, man. Big Peck strong on them off.
Man, you ain't
Nice
moving
had it,
him.
baby.
He's strong as
Big
hell
Peck.
with small ass feet.
The form
Strong.
Or like a
Peck.
12.
with the hunchback.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, I'm talking about strong. Big
Yeah,
Peck.
I know him.
Yep.
He was a hard fouling motherfucker too. I ain't gonna lie. I remember.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I had a
How
squad.
long
That's
you?
right.
How long you was in Minnesota?
Shit, I was out of there by February. I got.
Oh, you was in and out.
Yeah, I got.
And then that's when you went to India.
That's when you went to
Yeah.
the Pacers. Okay.
Yeah, no, I went from there to Brooklyn.
Brooklyn.
Yeah, I was in the
Yeah.
KG trade. KG got back to Minnesota that way.
Okay.
Yeah. So I went to Brooklyn, played in Brooklyn for a year and a half. They Billy King was there. He had drafted me, so you already know he's about to pay me.
Yeah.
So he gave me the bag.
Yeah. Okay.
Gave me
Man.
the 4 year 50 something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then we went from there, and then went to Indy, and then we made a little run in Indy.
Yeah. How was your time with the Pacers? Indiana.
Man, I loved it, man. I actually didn't want to leave.
Yeah.
I didn't want to leave, but they didn't want to pay me.
Got some, Indiana basketball state got some great fans, man.
Love the
They love
fans.
basketball.
Love the fans, love the organization, love everything about everything when we was there. Just simply because like that was one of the first. That was the second team that I really felt where I had a real brotherhood with a bunch of guys. Like me, Victor Oladipo, Darren Collison, Corey Joseph, like all of us, like it just felt like a family. Like Miles was there. He was young Miles. Like it was a family. And that was like not the first year, but the second year I was there. Because the first year we had all vets. And these niggas was crazy. These niggas was wild. All vets. Man, I'm talking about, we had Monte. Monte actually stayed 20, 30
Shout out
minutes.
to my boy Monte, man.
Yeah, shout out Monte.
So y'all already know Monte crazy. Then we had CJ Miles. We had Rodney Stuckey.
Stuff.
Aaron Brooks. L. Jefferson.
Big Al.
Like,
You and Big Al was on the same team?
yeah. Me and Big Al came to the Pacers together. They signed him for like a 3-year 30 or something. We came together. Yep.
Two unorthodox playing motherfuckers. I know y'all had fun playing with each other.
Oh man, hey man.
I know y'all had fun playing with each other.
Oh man, hey, he one of the funniest motherfuckers ever. Man, first thing he came in and said, "Hey man, throw me the ball, man. Don't bullshit with it." I said, "Hey big fella, you got it. You got it."
Shout out Big Al, man.
Hey man, all right hand. He ain't shoot with no other hand.
Oh, and he ain't had it. I don't even think he tried to work on the other side of his
No,
head.
he doesn't. He doesn't. I've watched him work out. I was like, bro, I'm sitting there talking to Vic, like, man, I'm sitting there talking to Paul George, like, yo, this motherfucker, I just noticed he ain't used his left hand the whole workout. I was like, he killing niggas.
Same move.
Man.
Sound like me. Going left every time.
Oh, you already know. I'm going left too.
Going left.
we the same
right.
ball guy.
They said if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I
Right.
guess.
Come on, man.
Hey, that's funny, man.
Real.
Hey, that's 300 plus motherfuckers talk about. Hey, me and him going left, Big Al going
Right.
right.
It's exact the same way.
Real.
Your time in Indiana, you probably say that was your best experience in the league.
No, my best experience in the league was Philly, just because like I had spent so much time there and like playing with those guys and growing. We all grew up together. So like, you know, me, Lou Will, Andre Iguodala, like we was growing up like first 4 or 5 years just growing up together. So that was like the best experience because I was like learning how to go from being a team to actually being a man. You know what I'm saying? By the time like when I got there, shit, it was just me. When I left there, goddamn, I had 2 kids and a wife.
Right.
You know what I'm
Grown
saying?
ahead.
You know what I'm saying? So I learned how to be a man throughout that course of time in Philly. So that's why that was my ultimate experience. Indy was obviously like second, just because like the cohesiveness of the team, the brotherhood of the team.
Who you had problems with in the league?
Problems?
Yeah.
Melo.
Yeah.
Melo, by far. Everybody asked that question. Melo is by far the hardest player I've ever had to guard.
Shout out to Melo, man. I ain't gonna lie. That motherfucker hit a game winner on me.
And Dirk, too. And Dirk, those two.
Yeah,
Dirk definitely was a problem.
Yeah, those two. Melo,
what made Melo and Dirk so difficult, though?
Man, so Melo was difficult just because, man, he lived the whole game. Like, this motherfucker just trying to get a bucket the whole game. You know what I'm saying? At least you can depend on Dirk to pass a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Melo trying to get to it. He gonna jab you, shot. You know what I'm saying? He gonna go from the jab to the bully ball. Then he on the free throw line with the getting the rebound. Fuck out of here. Like all that. You know what I'm saying? He just like he knows how to impose his will on the game. And I think that's what made him much tougher. And then he's getting picks and screens and shit set for him. So like in New York, you might hit 3 or 4 screens before he even gets the ball. By the time you get out the screen, shit, you dead because you tired. And now he just taking advantage of all that. You know what I'm saying? Eating up the space. And then like in Denver, you know, I played against both Melos. So in Denver,
Both of them.
shit, that baseline Melo was crazy. That logo Melo was stupid. You know what I'm saying? He might
feature them more over there.
Yeah, he might shot fake you jump and go past and dunk that bitch on the whole team. You know what I'm saying? So that's why he was like so much tougher than everybody else to guard, because you never knew what you were gonna get. He has so much shit to his game. Then he can shoot from all over the court. Dirk, he just taller than everybody. He tall, got the one leg fade. Like
That was crucial.
he's spinning it, doing all the fades and shit. And you like, damn, like you can't really stop this shit. Like you just gotta hope and pray he miss. You know what I'm saying? Then he's shooting threes. He coming down the transition, letting that bitch fly high release. So like But by the time I got to Dirk, though, he wasn't beating me off the dribble. You know what I'm saying? So, but he just was tough on the post just because he just makes shots.
That fadeaway, crucial.
Yep. So like those are two that was hard to guard. Ralu was hard to guard too. Rashard Lewis.
Yeah, sure.
He was tough. He was tough guard. Orlando, super tough guard. Like you couldn't stop the fadeaway.
Sweet Lou
couldn't stop the fadeaway. Tough guard. So those are like 3 tough guard guys that I had problems with.
Yeah, some dogs too for sure.
So right after that, where you went? You went to Chicago after that, right?
Yep. So
you was in my city and you was in Killer City. Now listen, which one of them cities you enjoyed for real, between Chi and Indiana? Because they both cold in the month. It's freezing.
The Chi got way more to do.
Yeah.
Right.
It's way more to do in the Chi. Like
bigger,
like Indy is if you super focused on hoop, Indy.
Straight basketball.
Straight basketball. You arena to the house.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Arena to the house. Because I stayed all the way out in like Westfield and all that. So I was Fishers and all that. So I was on out. I think matter of fact, I think our house was across the lake from your house. Yeah. So
they're Oleo Road.
Yep. So that was cool because I got a chance to just really focus and lock in on basketball. Then you get to the Chi, you still focusing locked in on basketball, but it's just so much other shit you can do with the family and all that. So, you know, it kind of takes away from the basketball aspect of it. And then we was shitty as fuck too. So really, it really was something different.
Then by that time, and what I noticed about you, you said you talked about the GPA, smart motherfucker. Were you playing when you put your mindset on just start thinking about business, or like, because I know we winding down into your career. I just want to know, like, at what point were you thinking about business early, like late in your career, or like how did that come about?
Man, after I got, I'll probably say like after I got the first bag. Once I got my first bag, like my first contract, I just started like focusing and locking in on a bunch of business stuff. So like I started diving into some real estate stuff. And like I said, I was fortunate enough to have people in my family who had did certain things. They like weren't my immediate family, but there was like cousins and uncles and stuff that had did some stuff and knew some stuff. So I would just learn from them. And my uncle, who was a lawyer, he has a daughter that is a big time developer in Louisiana. So I would like just get a crash course on real estate from her because she knows everything about it. She's actually my business manager now. And then my uncle was the lawyer part of it, so he can look at all the contracts. And then he can do all the different deals and stuff. And then it was just kind of fell in place from there, just building the team out. And then started thinking about business, I'll probably say like around like year 5 or 6. But I was still locked in on the basketball side of it. But I was like paying attention to what was going on with my money and paying attention to what was going on. And I asked a lot of questions. Like I started asking questions when I was 19 years old. And that's how I started learning, because my biggest thing was I said to myself and my family, is I want to be able to run my own empire by the time I'm 25 years old. Because like most of the basketball careers, right, they don't last past 4 or 5 years. So I was like, all right, by the time I'm 25, I want to be able to run my own empire and be able to make as much money as I can off the court through running my own empire. And then that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, I asked that simply because obviously I know about the Shoot 360.
Yep.
And you do a lot for the community in Memphis. And I just want to know, how did those ideas come about? Like,
so the Shoot 360 investment came from actually Fred Jones.
Yeah, my boy Fred. Shout out to my boy Fred.
Yeah, so Fred pulled me aside one day at a game in Indy, because they had one in Indy, and he was like, man, I just need you to come by the gym, just check it out. So I go by the gym, I check it out, and then man, both of my kids, they you know, my son TJ, he's the older one. He was like, he ran straight to the machine and started playing. Yeah. I was like, I'm sold. If you can get kids to do that as soon as you walk through the goddamn door, I'm sold. So I told him, I said, man, when y'all have another raise, just let me know. And then I end up investing into the corporate side of it. And then once I invested into the corporate side, I went from that to opening up my own location in Memphis. And then we just opened up a second location in Memphis and expanded it to 5 courts. So yeah, that's how we kind of got into the Shoot 360 thing. And then like I started like advising them on certain things and helping them with like certain strategies and stuff like that.
That 360 is be a gang of kids in there. They got one in L.A. You know, the gyms, it'd be crowded every time. So it's a good thing for sure.
Talk to us about your venture in the capitalist group.
Venture capital?
Yeah.
So, man, started doing venture capital probably like 10 years ago. Started my own VC firm, Reform Ventures. And since then, you know, we've invested into, you know, 200-300 companies or whatever, just through funds, fund to funds, and some direct investments and stuff like that. But just, man, having access to a bunch of different people, like all these people that come to games and stuff like that, courtside, going to a lot of tech events and stuff like that. And then just like looking at some of the people who've like had some big exits and stuff like that. I was able to kind of get in with them and then just kind of like piggyback off of stuff that they was already doing. And then I realized that like I needed to put a process in place. So I just end up putting the whole process in place where I have investment analysis, kind of like do the due diligence on different things for us and stuff like that. And all they do is sit in the office, and that's what they do. They go through all these different deals. We get like 50, 60 deals a month where we can look at and see if we want to invest. So it's actually worked out pretty well. We have some really good investments, some really good stuff in the pipeline that's getting ready to come up to go public or to get bought out and stuff like that. And then we also have some stuff that's like up and coming that's really good as well. One of my investments is the Casa Azul drink that y'all on right now.
It's very tasty, my friend. Shout out to, what's it called? Casa Azul?
Yeah, Casa Azul. You grab a bottle? You gonna grab a bottle?
Yeah, man. Yo.
Casa Azul, bust.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, Casa Azul.
Get a little bit of the old Casa Azul, man.
Yeah, we got the Casa Azul right here. There you go.
Yeah, you did. Casa Azul. Shit fire, too.
Yeah, we same. That's a guy named Lance Collins. He did core water and body armor and all this stuff. So he's one of the guys who got like James Harden and Kobe into those deals. So he created this Casa Azul. He got a energy drink called Accelerator, Recover 180. So I've invested into all those. He's like, I mean, he got the cheat sheet on it. Zen water as well. So cheat sheet on the drinks or whatever, but do a lot of different things from investment standpoints.
Let's talk about that program. You got a fire program you've been doing. Y'all been causing hectic around the AAU scene for a couple of years now. Team Thad.
Team Thad, yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, man, Team Thad has been really good. I mean, I think this year will be a really good year as well. I'm just happy that my kids have transitioned into the program. Like I told my kids, I was like, look, I'm not making a team for y'all. Y'all got to play y'all way into this motherfucker, man. This ain't no, you turn this age and I'm gonna just do a team for you. No, you transition your way into the program. So my oldest son just transitioned his way into our older side of the program, and then my youngest son transitioned his way into the younger side. But it's been really good, man. We've had a bunch of pros over the course of the last 13 years.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. And then we've had a bunch of guys that, you know, they're making a shit ton of money right now in NIL right now. So
do you care to share who these players that went pro and
I
D1?
played one, actually.
Oh, yeah?
Wow. OG.
Ananobi?
Yeah, OG.
Yeah, he's like our first pro. OG, John Collins played for us. Yeah. Terrence Davis, who made it to the league, he's played for us. We got Jalen Hood-Schifino. He's in the league right now. Khalil Ware in Miami. He played for us.
I was talking about him earlier.
Yeah, he got a huge upside.
Yeah, upside's crazy.
Baby Wimby.
Yeah, upside's crazy. Then we got some kids that's actually getting ready to go in this year. We got a kid that's came out of nowhere, LeBaron Phelan from Alabama. He's gonna probably be a top 20 pick. So got some kids that's doing really well in college as well. Like probably like 40 to 50 kids that's doing really well. So it's been really good for the program, man, just to have a bunch of kids that's came through the program, that's done very well, that's continuing to do very well, and then these kids are actually able to make a lot of money. Like we got Jasper Johnson, who's getting ready to go to Kentucky. Man, he's probably gonna make $1 or $2 million over the next year before he gets there. So just those type of things, like put them in a position to where they can excel and exceed expectations.
And your homie run that, right?
Yeah, so my best friend, we've been best friends since, 7. I was in the 7th, he was in the 8th grade. We played on the same teams together. So we played on the same junior high team, and then went through
What's
high
his
school.
name?
His name was Norton Hurd.
Norton.
He's been running it for the last 13 years. And the crazy part was, my program was actually started because of him.
Yeah.
I was like, bro, what you want to do? You know what I'm saying? I was like, I'm being the homie. So I'm like, what you want to do? He was like, I want to coach.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, are you coaching? He was like, yeah, I've been coaching with JJ, boom, boom, boom. And I was like, all right, well, like, you got a team? He was like, yeah. And then we end up having a team. And then our first group was these kids that we had. Lajero Vick went to Kansas. Chris Chioza, who played at Florida and went to the league.
Yeah.
Chioza from Memphis, right?
Yeah.
Yep. So, and LaRon Black and all those guys.
Yeah.
So that was our first group of kids that we had, and they set the culture for Team Thad. Like I'm appreciative to them to this day, because Team Thad does not be Team Thad and the culture part of it without those guys, Chris Chioza and LaRon Black. They set the tone from day one with Team Thad. Like, this is
what
who we're gonna
age
be.
these groups start in?
So when we got Chris Chioza and them, we only had a like a 14, 15-year-old group.
Okay.
But then now it's grown to where we go all the way down like third grade. So
I got to get my boy over there.
yeah, so we got through my gym, we have a team called Reform Sports, because my gym used to be named Reform Sports before I transitioned it to Shoot 360.
Okay.
So Reform Sports goes from third grade all the way up to like 5th, 6th grade. And then past that, that's when you go into Team Thad culture, right? Because you got to have a feeder program to do all this stuff. And so like the parents got together and wanted to start the younger groups. So we was like, all right, cool. Y'all can do the younger groups, and we just transition them through. So that's how and it's a year-round process with us. Like, they get a chance to come to the gym and train 24. They can go 24/7 if they want to. My gym is always going to be open for kids who want to work.
Man, that's big, bro, for the community. You don't know how many lives you affecting, bro, just by having that access open, bro. I give you your, man, darnest of flowers, bro, because
thank you.
That's big, man. I ain't gonna lie. Just to be, when you played that long in the league and had that mindset to come back and still think about the less fortunate, or even the guys that won't even pursue that career that we in. You know what I'm saying? So I salute that, bro. Real talk.
Shout out to my boy Herb, man. Herb been doing a great job running your program, man.
Yeah, he be on it, man.
He do.
He makes sure he take care of the kids. I think that's one of the biggest things, man, is just taking care of the kids, but not being delusional with the kids either. Like, he's one of the realest people that they can be around. You got a lot of people that's telling them they this, they that. Herb not gonna do that. And another thing about us too, like, man, sometimes when we treat this shit like the NBA, man, we put motherfuckers on 10 days. Like, all right, you ain't produced this last tournament. We got to find somebody else, champ.
That's gangster. I love that.
Cause man, some of these kids, they
teaching them accountability early though.
Yeah, you got to play well. You got to play well. Otherwise, I mean, for us, we're a Nike program. So with us being Nike EYBL, like, that puts us in a position where we got to have great teams or good teams, every single year, right? Like last year or the year before or whatever. Shit, we ended up having like 8 kids in the top 100 on our team.
Damn.
And we actually told a kid who's probably gonna be a potential top 10 pick, don't come back. So that's to tell you how much like we not bullshitting with this.
Holding them accountable though.
Yeah. No, we make sure we do that.
Y'all do a camp. Y'all get 100 kids for free at your school every year. Is that that's an annual thing, right?
Yeah. So I actually grew up in that camp. So the camp was called Shelby Metro Basketball, and back in the day, that was the first camp I went to. My high school coach took me to the camp because he was working the camp. He was like one of the directors. So they called me, and this camp has been going for like 30 years or whatever. So they called me and was like, "Hey man, we would like you to, sponsor, Mitchell's camp or whatever. You'll have like 400 kids come, boom, 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 and then we'll pay for everything." And then I'm like, I'm gonna find a time and make sure I come or whatever. I just need to be able to pick my days. So they basically like put me on the board and told me like, all right, like, you can pick your days, we'll have your camp or whatever, and then it'll be fully free. We'll take care of everything. And I was like, I'll get all my sponsors to do a bunch of stuff. So at my camp, we give away iPads, PlayStations, like all types of stuff. Like just because like these kids, man, like being in the hood, they don't have this access to this type of stuff. They don't have access to guys like us. So when I'm coming back and I'm giving back, like I'm making sure I'm giving back. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, you had a great camp this week, and it's not because you had a great camp scoring wise, because you was a great camper, you was a great person, you was a great leader. So all right, you win the PlayStation. Then we play games and stuff like that, obviously, like where people can win stuff. But man, I try to create this ultimate experience for all these kids because I know I didn't have a lot of this stuff when I was growing up, and I just want to make sure that like they know that like I'm here for them. Like you have any questions, you want to ask me things, like I'll sit there and talk to kids all day and just tell them like my journey and my story.
It's real spill for sure.
That's dope, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. Thad, you goddamn it, man. Goddamn. Hey,
What was your out the mud moment in the NBA?
Out the mud moment in the NBA, man. I probably say my first year. When I first got to the league, I was the 12th pick, and I didn't even play. They were playing the 21st pick over me, Jason Smith, which granted he was good as well. But
the pick and pop guy?
Yeah, they were playing Jason Smith over me.
They don't get his ass out of there, man.
Yeah, they were playing him over me, and then but like, I mean, granted, like Jason was decent.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He had a decent career. He could play.
He's all right.
You know, but he was playing over me, so I was just like, man, like I was like real down about that. But the adversity part of it, I realized like, okay, this is gonna change if I just keep working, and that's exactly what I did. So like, and I think at that time, like, I had a great vet in Reggie Evans.
Reggie, big shout out to Reggie.
Shout out my boy
Evans,
I had
Reggie.
a great vet in Reggie Evans, and he was like, bro, he was like, you just got to work, and I watched Reggie ass work every single day.
Yeah,
But that's so crazy. I was just talking about Reggie the other day. Like it was one motherfucker we seen each other, boy. We battled, boy. We locked up like pits, boy.
He the one who told me what to do against you.
Yeah.
Oh, that's how that went.
Yeah, he was like, man, hey, with Zebo dog, he said, man, you gotta run his ass and you gotta hit his ass every single time he catch that motherfucking ball. He said, man, because if he catch that motherfucker, you in trouble. He said, and if he seal your ass, you in trouble.
That's how he spit it to you in the raw.
Yeah, I said, man, so what I'm supposed to do? He said, man, you run his ass, and then he said, man, just hit him and push him.
Man, come on, man.
Reggie
Reggie strong in the motherfucker.
He said, man, you almost gotta fight this motherfucker, man.
Damn.
So I said, shit. I said, Ray, well, you know I ain't got no problem fighting the motherfucker, so we can go and do it. So
And you with them, but you know he ready to fight anybody at any second.
Man, Reggie got his teammates back.
Yeah,
you know
he
what I'm saying? That's why like I wasn't afraid to fight nobody because I know he coming
Straight up.
Dig that.
I'm
You know
talking
what
about
I'm saying?
me and Reggie, our rookie. I was in Seattle. We was Seattle, nigga. We walking out the bitch, and he walking out. Bitch. I'm like, nigga, what's up? We about to square up in niggas Seattle. We about to square
Florida
up.
boy.
Man, we about to square up in the middle of the court. The ref's like, get out of here. That's my boy though. Like,
I love
100.
Reggie.
Like, for
Well,
sure. I
I
see
love
where you
Reggie
got the
to
nigga. Reggie ain't. Shout out to Reg, man.
Yeah, no,
Sure.
I love that guy to death,
Reg's a
man.
real one.
Yeah, I had some real vets, man, when I first came in. That's what really got me through a lot of the bullshit. And then like Larry Brown hollered at me too. Larry Brown did a good job of like keeping me like solid.
Yeah.
Because he was like in the front office when I first went to the Sixers. So he was like, man, you're not playing right now. Don't worry about that shit. He was like, you're gonna be playing in about a couple months. He was like, we're trash. Like that's how that's how Larry used to talk. He was like, we're gonna turn the curve at some point, and he was like, you're gonna play. And I was like, all right. He was like, just stay with it. Just keep doing what you're doing. Because at that time, like, you know, when you're a young guy and you playing in practice, the motherfuckers ain't letting you on the court.
Hell no.
But you like, oh, I got you. Man, get your ass out of here.
Get
You
your
know
ass
what I'm
out of
saying?
here. That's how it
So
goes.
that's
That's
when you got to go and prove yourself and like, man, no, fuck you. I'm
Yeah,
playing.
for
Like,
real.
you get out, or
straight up.
we gonna stand right here together.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
for sure.
saying? So you got to establish your position.
That's how I used to be.
Yeah, so I learned that early, just establishing who I was early and just letting motherfuckers know, like, you're not about to punk me.
Which NBA team can use Thad Young right now?
Shit, all of them.
All of them.
All of
So
them.
what
for
y'all
sure.
waiting on? Good locker room guy,
The team-
clean
the team-
cut.
The team that actually can use me, they didn't re-sign me back, so.
No, for sure. No, for sure.
For TA, how was your time in Toronto like?
My time in Toronto?
I'm from Toronto, and he says he would never play in Toronto. That's one.
Oh, Toronto. Oh yeah, for sure.
Man, I ain't gonna lie. Being in Toronto is kind of tough.
Yeah.
It's
I
tough.
told your
It's tough. It's tough to.
Family can't come there. None of
It's
that.
cool to visit, be there for like 4 or 5 days. That's cool, but to live there, yeah, it's tough.
That's tough.
It was tough. It was tough on my family. Like you can see my son behind you.
If you like
shaking his head. Kid was ready to come home, man.
He like,
You
no.
gotta go
ready
through
to come
customs
home.
all the time,
Every time,
man.
yeah.
Come on.
It's almost like you at a disadvantage. Like we have to go through the airport every single time. Like you got to go through the airport. Is the customs part of it? Like you mean to tell me I just paid for the package and I got to pay you more money to get my package from you?
Come on, man.
Like, come on, man. Customs, then getting stuck at the border.
Shit.
Come on, man. I got stuck at the border for 3-4 hours.
Man, every time I come with the team, I come to Toronto with the team. They pulling me and TA to the back every time. They ain't want to let us through that motherfucker. They had 100 questions for us.
I
We
hate
barely
it.
got through that
Man,
motherfucker.
you, hold on, man.
One year they told me don't even come, bro. Like,
Look, man, you,
Don't come.
it's cold as hell while they read your name. You and that motherfucker shaking like. You like, God damn, man, I ain't found my shit yet. Man, I promise you, guy, I listen, Toronto, I like kicking at your nightclub. I couldn't see myself playing that, man. Listen, at gunpoint.
Yeah,
Listen,
I was
it's
there
over
for
with.
2 years. That was tough. I ain't gonna lie. And I had resigned back there. Yeah, that was tough. My kids was hurt. Oh, my wife was like, look. She said that you come back here. She said you might come back by yourself. We gonna stay at the crib.
yeah,
She's like, we gonna stay at the house.
damn.
She told me that about Minnesota too, though.
Wow.
Yeah, she gonna go off of
That's
that.
fun.
Speaking of your kids, though, you know, obviously, you got Shorty over there. Yeah, he already hollered.
Yeah.
Point guard status. And, you know, you got 2 boys that's playing. How does it feel watching them on the sidelines now? And having all the answers, too. You got the cheat code for them to go ahead and go
Man,
through this.
honestly, man, it's been one of the greatest experiences ever. Like getting a chance to like really dial in and lock in on your kids and see how like they're growing up and stuff like that. Because like when we playing, you know, we ain't really around to like watch the growth of it.
We just were talking about
Like,
that.
so like now, like I got like a lot of time. Like the last 3 or 4 years, I've had a lot of time on my hands because I wasn't playing as much. You know, so like now I can take him to the gym. I'll take my youngest son to the gym. And they can come to practice with me and do certain things. Like they of age now where they're not gonna be in a way, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then like they get a chance to see firsthand how we working as players, and then they get a chance to see firsthand how I work down the gym, and then we get to train together because they can now move and do certain things now, right? And then we break down like he's a very smart basketball player, and we break down a lot of film and we break down a lot of stuff already. Like we'll be standing in the kitchen. And I'd be like, man, tell me every single thing you can do off a pick and roll. And then he'll walk me through every single thing I'll pick and roll.
When they go under,
Yep.
go over, the big low and the catch.
Snake dribbles, all that.
Okay.
Like he's walking me through all that. Like, but he's also watching the games. Like he had a chance to watch the games and continue to grow. Like he's been the ball boy and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So he's watching and analyzing the game from a certain standpoint. And it's just like I asked him, like who you want to be or who you like in the league. And I don't want him to say guys like Paul George and all them. And it's not no knack to Paul George.
No.
I love Paul George. That's my guy. But at the end of the day, P is already in what he's already gonna do. His game ain't changing.
No,
right?
and he's highly talented.
So I would rather him say guys, younger guys like Brandon Millers and stuff like that.
Mhm.
So like, hey, like you can evolve with Brandon Miller. As you watch his game continue to grow, his game continues to grow. As
Right.
Brandon Miller adds stuff to his game, TJ adds stuff to his game because he watching Brandon Miller continue to grow. At some point, Brandon Miller gonna be an all-star.
No, he
Yeah,
got it
he
in him.
got it.
He got it in him.
You know
I
what I'm
agree.
saying?
Dog.
And so like that's just one example, you know. And it's a lot of guys around the league that's young, up and coming stars that he can watch and continue to get better. Like he was telling me, like off Toronto, I said, "Who you like off Toronto?" He was like, "I like Scotty." And I was like,
Real.
Scotty B.
shit.
Oh,
I was
yeah,
like, shit.
Scotty
Scotty
B.
B. Shout out Scotty B. That boy
Yeah.
a beast.
I said, shit, you could be Scotty. I said, you already bigger than most point guards. You 6'3". Shit, you probably gonna be either 6'8" or above. My dad's 6'11". I'm 6'8". You know what I'm saying? So he got genetics.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? My youngest son got genetics too. So it's just like I'm telling him, like, you can be that. You You know what I'm saying? You like Scotty continues to grow his game. He's still young enough to where he's gonna continue to grow his game.
Probably should have been All-Star this year too.
Yeah. And I said you can.
Man,
I said you can
real.
grow yours too. So like I'm telling him to watch the younger guys because some of these older guys are already stuck in their games. Like they already doing what they doing. You know what I'm saying? And their game ain't changing. So you want to be able to evolve your game on the course of time because one thing about the league evolves, right? It changes into different phases and it goes into different ebbs and flows. So like at one point you needed 2 bigs to win a championship, right?
Yeah.
You don't need that anymore. You know what I'm saying? So that's my example of like the game is continuously evolving and changing as we continue to go. So that's how I want him to be. I want him to get with players and look at players that's going to be able to evolve and change their game over the course of time and adjust with the league.
And with that, it takes a lot of, watching basketball, seeing actions, you know what I mean?
Yep.
So the fact that you watch film with them and break down shit like that, that's impressive. I like that, bro.
Yeah, we do a lot of that. Like, cause like I don't like even his film, like we'll watch certain things of what he do. Like I watch certain clips because my wife she's always like having all the clips. So like we'll watch certain clips, but for the most part, I really don't really like watching the clips with him because I'm just letting him play basketball. But I like watching players who's like getting better in the league.
Okay.
Because it's certain things that they're doing that he don't know. So if I'm able to teach him that and get that and add that part as a part of his game, then it's gonna make his game grow.
Oh man, experience is always the best teacher, man. So you look, he got a cheat sheet right there.
So we trying to figure this thing out now. I mean, he's getting ready to go into the 9th grade next year. So we trying to figure it out. Like, okay, do we start the prep school process or do we regular high school or we continue to keep him homeschool? You know what I'm saying?
And just work on developing his body.
Well, they got a
skill.
homeschool team that plays competitively.
Oh, do they?
They play like 40 games.
Damn, this is new.
They play like 40 games. So like for like us, like we're trying to figure that process out. Like they like a certain school, him and his mom. I like certain ways, but Nike is also trying to get me to do certain things, probably with the EYBL scholastic stuff. So I don't know right now. So we're just trying to figure it out. And then like you got dynamic prep here with Jermaine, so it's a lot of different things that can shake out. We got a little time. Like right now, he's training and focused on junior EYBL right now.
J.O. got a good thing going on over there too.
Yeah, I might have a good thing going on too.
Yeah, for sure.
I might have a little situation going on too.
What's your advice to the up and coming generation on how to have longevity in the league?
Man, just continues to like taking care of your body, and making sure like, man, you paying attention to what's going on with the league. Like a lot of people just hoop and think they're just gonna be able to continue to do the same thing over and over. But as the game changes and evolves, like you have to change your game and evolve with the league. And then another thing is like you got to be able to like make sure like you're paying attention to like the players that's coming in like behind you, because the league is getting younger and younger and younger. That's the biggest thing with the league getting younger. Like they coming to take jobs, so you got to figure out how to keep your job now. You know what I'm saying? So that was
a long list, ain't it? It's a long list.
Yeah, like every single year, like they used to tell us every single year it's 6 new motherfuckers coming in, but now it's more than that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it is. I ain't gonna lie, man. Hey, at trade deadline when I used to play, bro, like right around like the last week of trade deadline, I used to come to practice. I used to have my phone in my tights because I ain't know what the GM was gonna call and say. My shit was always on who's tight. I should have did that for my couple trades that I had. Look at that motherfucker when I go get some Gatorade. I'm like, no, it ain't talking about nothing. I'm cool.
Hey, I should have did
that deadline.
They got Coleon on this motherfucker today. I'm good.
I'll see y'all after the break, man.
That's fun. Most of my trades came in like the summer though.
Yeah, in the summer.
Yeah, it was in the summer. So I think I got traded. Well, I got traded twice during the season. So yeah. So I got traded 4 times.
Shit, that's about the same with me too.
Yeah.
I think about 4 or 5 times.
Yeah, so it was 2 and 2. Yeah, but it's easier when it's the summer. Like you can see it coming. You get that phone call a little bit sooner. You know what I'm saying? It's harder during the season.
Yeah, I done heard some stories, man, about being traded. My fucker been getting traded in the layup line.
Yeah.
Fucking traded and right for the
I ain't been
star
traded on the
lineup.
layup line, but I seen it.
Yeah.
I seen hey,
Euroing.
yeah, all that. Hey, we're gonna pack that up for you. Come here.
Come on. That's the business though, man. And it's good, man. Like I say, you get to prep your son for that early, since that's the journey
Yeah, no, we've been, man, like I showed him the projected like salary cap for like his year's draft. This motherfucker said, he said, how much is that? 70 what? He said, man, I almost threw up in my mouth. I'm about to go downstairs and work on right now.
70, 80 million
That's
a
that hunger,
year.
though. I like that.
He said, I'm about to go downstairs. That motherfucker came down here and
it's
set up
possible
the
you
shooting
can make
gun
that,
himself
yo.
and
That's
work
real.
out. I said, man, all right, we trying to get to it. I said, if you really want this, because I'm a firm believer. Like I tell them straight up, like, look, like I know you got all these friends and shit, like, and they want to hang out, they want to do certain things, you want to do certain things, but if you really talking about taking this shit serious, it starts now.
Mm-hmm.
Like you got to start taking this shit serious now. I said, because it's motherfuckers that's training and they doing all this shit right now, so you don't want to be behind. And
It's
if
a
you,
fact.
yeah, so you got to start doing it. And like he take his shit serious.
Yeah,
He like
real.
he set up his own workouts. Like I'm teaching them that type of responsibility. Him and my youngest son, they set up their own workouts with the trainers. So when the trainer, so like they get up at 8:00 in the morning. They come down here, they lift. Then one goes on the court at 9. Then one goes on the court at 10.
Yeah.
Yep. So they set up their own stuff. Like I'm trying to have them, like, if you really want this, me and your mom, we shouldn't have to say, hey, it's time to go train. It's time to go work out.
Right.
No, you set your own shit up.
That part.
That's right.
So that's what they do.
part.
They got phones, they text. We got a group text message with Shane. It's called daily grind schedule. And I put the grind schedule in there, and then they set up the times on where they want to go.
Real deal, man.
Yep.
Yeah, that was a good episode. But I ain't gonna lie though, Thad. Great hospitality, man. I appreciate you having us in this nice joint over here,
Hey,
man.
man, y'all welcome anytime,
man.
It's-
Y'all are family, brother.
well,
We
appreciate that, man. Having us in your home, man.
No problem.
No, it's love.
Out the mud, man. Thaddeus Young, Memphis finest. We here, man. We signing out, man. Love.
You did.